Meanwhile, the Democrats appear increasingly divided on Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi went public earlier today with this comment.
It's up to the president to decide if he is going to run. We're all encouraging him to make that decision because time is running short.
Okay. Tim Ryan, former Democratic congressman out of Ohio. Sir, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming on. Here's a quote, right? One House Democrat who was in both meetings yesterday, House side and Senate side. Most of our caucus is still with him, meaning he'll stay in, which sucks for our country, end quote. Their word, not mine. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been trying to scream from the rooftops here, what a disaster this can end up being for Democrats, not just the presidential race, but the House races, the Senate races. I don't know exactly what people are saying inside. I'm hearing things like there's a lot of people that think he needs to step down. I heard what Speaker Pelosi said this morning. I do think, people like Speaker Pelosi and other leaders are saying NATO's in town, he's the president, maybe today, tomorrow's not the day for these kind of conversations. But she kept the door open there, which was very, very interesting, and I think good, because we have to make a change.
But see, that's so interesting to me, because Biden had already shut the door. You said he's running again. And then last night you saw Cook Political Report, if you could pull this up, call for it too, moved 3 of the battlegrounds towards Trump. And in particular, if you look at Nevada at 2.4%, that was one of the reasons that they made that change. So she is a very practical politician. Politico Playbook called her that yesterday. What do you think she was signaling so that Hakeem Jeffries didn't have to?
Let's continue this conversation, because there's too much at stake. And everybody who has been saying, including President Biden, this is an existential threat to the democracy and all this other stuff. You can't say that and believe that and then put a candidate up when you have an opportunity to change a candidate up. We're bleeding young people. We're losing ground with some of our core constituencies in the black community and the Latino community. Obviously, those swing states, that means independent voters are going the other way. And here's the issue. The issue is Trump hasn't barely spent a nickel in these states. Like, this is all driven by the debate performance in Stephanopoulos. There's not been a lot of Republican and outside money in the swing states behind highlighting the debate performance. All of those videos are going to be sliced and diced and put on the social media platforms and seared into the minds of everybody. The Stephanopoulos interview seared into the minds of everybody with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. How anyone can think that we're going to be able to overcome that is, I don't think, living in reality. I think there's a collective delusion happening.
James Carville's got this idea. I wrote it in the New York Times last night. Biden won't win. Democrats need a plan. Here's one. His plan is to hold town halls for the next 2 months and pick 8 Democrats by Barack Obama and Bill Clinton and have them just fight it out like it's March Madness in the summertime. I don't know if you like that idea or not. Will you be a delegate in Chicago?
No.
You will not.
I will not.
Because Axios is reporting that delegates in Ohio have been told to keep their mouths shut, to stay quiet. You know anything about that?
No, I haven't heard that. I mean, we have a Senate race here. I think, a lot of people are going to take their cues from Senator Brown, who's, going to be in a tough race here, which I think he can win. But, it makes it exponentially harder if the top of the ticket is going to lose by 10, 12 or more points in Ohio. He needs a strong top of the ticket. And again, I've been saying I think Kamala would be our best bet here, because we would energize the base. And what a guy like Sherrod Brown needs, who can appeal and get crossover votes, you need base turnout. You need your base to be excited. You need all the young people at our colleges and universities across Ohio excited to participate in the presidential race. She would do that, and I think that would be a boost to a guy like Sherrod Brown. It'd be a boost to a guy like Bob Casey in Pennsylvania and other swing congressional districts. So to me, this is as clear as day. And I'm just getting a little antsy here that the clock's ticking, because every day that we're not out there with a new candidate in these swing states making the case, the script would completely flip. Now everything's about Trump, his conviction, how he was, what the economy was like when he was in, and all of these things. And if we come in with a radically pragmatic agenda we will win handily and probably win the House and maybe be able to keep the Senate.
There's probably a lot of Democrats who agree with you, but they're afraid to say it publicly. But we're glad to have you on, and thank you for being here.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.